Thanks for staying with us. So, ladies of your view had an argument recently this week concerning the word provocation. We couldn't decide which side we're on. It was difficult because we didn't want to sound, or they were sounding like they were speaking from two sides of their mouth. So it's something we want to thrash properly this morning. How far can provocation take you to the point that you respond with violence? Now, I think Nima was saying that provocation actually can actually be defense or can actually be prosecutable in court. But we're talking about, I shared an example where in the case of domestic violence, we tell men that under no circumstance should your wife, even if she provokes you, she pokes you, she emotionally drains you, verbally abuses you, under no circumstance should you raise your hand against her. Yet, we women, the same gender, were all celebrating when Bianca, when she was allegedly provoked by another woman, she raised her hand against Obiona. And there we are, YK and all the others celebrating. Yes, Bianca.
I know,
okay, no problem. So the conversation is, let's discuss provocation. Is it right for us to be violent? Is that the way? Is violence the way? Because Nima also said something that we can't, because we're trying to not become a bully and give that oxygen to a bully to do what they do. You don't want to give that kind of oxygen, you know? But at the same time, I think that even mix it up. But you get the point. But yeah, so what are your thoughts? I mean, where do we draw the line with provocation?
So I quickly had to check the dictionary. So that's, English word. Maybe we know how to take the explainer small. Action or speech that makes someone angry, especially deliberately. Action or speech, and is a deliberate attempt to aggravate somebody else. That's provocation. Now, why we say, in the case of domestic violence, why we are very much against it is because the bone of the man and the bone of the woman are not the same. The man is given that bulky nature for protection. You're supposed to be able to protect your woman. So if that provocation comes, what you do is excuse yourself from that environment and go and cool off so that you don't go and hit somebody and hurt your spouse, and then probably she dies or she's injured or something and you start regretting it because your bone, the way you're wired, is naturally bigger, biologically bigger than that of a woman for protection when you're married. Now, when is a woman to woman outside? It's different. Your bone is not bigger than my own. My own is not bigger than your own. So think twice before you come and provoke me. Because the truth is, we're not advocating for violence. We're not advocating for violence. But
why is there a but?
There's a but. Because even when Jesus Christ said, when they give you one cheek, turn the other cheek, he did not go further to explain to us what will happen after you turn the second cheek.
Hey, these people have killed me. Oh.
So that
Pastor,
fill in the blank spaces.
No, he never. No, it was a full stop. It was a full stop. It was not.
My own interpretation.
It was a full stop. YK. Turn the right cheek. Full stop. I'll find it.
Fill in the blank spaces, and that's my own personal interpretation of that scriptures. Because the thing is, we all have our days when we are not feeling it, when we get out of bed on a very bad mood, when things could have happened to me this morning before coming to work. I could have had an altercation with somebody. I could have lost something. I could be grieving. I could be depressed. You don't know. But they say, hold on. They say everybody is mad. It's just that a few people have finally taken bed in the hospital. That's why we call them out, or they've taking out their clothes. You don't know what people are going through. So before you stand up, you want to do sha-sha-sha because you have a loud mouth to provoke somebody. Think twice. What if this person reacts the way I did not expect?
But everybody's condemning Will Smith for what he did. But he provoked, he's been condemned. International media, there are a lot of argument, debates going on right now. Yeah. So he provoked. He could have provoked Chris Rock to respond, but Chris Rock did not respond. Yeah. So there are some provocations, physically, mentally, verbally, that you can get, but yet you can choose to be the bigger person. Right now, people are praising Chris Rock that he didn't fight back. Yeah. So there are some provocations you get. You must be able to hold still and comport yourself.
He didn't fight back.
Somebody sent me a text that day. Say, Auntie Yemi, her name is Modino.
You read it yesterday now.
I think this is on air.
She was
so
reading it.
Okay. Auntie Ike, why now? no, I don't support your stand today on this matter. And Nima, my sis, it's a no. Islam doesn't condone violence in any form.
Really?
So I said, no problem. It's your view. Let it count. Anytime someone slaps you, just say thank you and kiss them. So it's your prerogative. If you don't have that provocation, collect the slap.
Yeah.
Collect it.
And turn the other cheek.
Me, if you come and slap me because I don't have power, I will collect it. But, hey, don't even think about what I will do to you, because I will find a way to get my revenge. Every human being is different.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with this sibling rivalry that we are talking about, or sibling entitlement. It's everybody has where is their threshold. Let me ask you this question. God forbid, armed robber comes to your house and he starts to slap you, and then you find a way to face him and
kill him
before he injures you or your family. Will you say, oh, because I don't believe in violence, continue to
No, wife, no, that's self-defense. They're different things. No. That's different.
That is what Bianca did.
No.
No.
Listen.
It was self-defense.
We are trying to rebuild our society.
Yeah, we are.
Nigeria right now, well, morally decadent, immorality is rife. The governmental, the polity is down. The governmental infrastructure is down. Everything is down. We are trying to deliberately rebuild the society. And in rebuilding the society, we must have correct moral standards. Proper moral. In building moral standards, we cannot encourage a young girl out there to say, if they slap you, slap them back. No, we must begin to teach people when they go low, you go high. When you stand for your rights, and you stand. You don't have to
agree with you. When you go low, when they go low, go higher. Collect the slap. That's how you are wired. Not collect it. In fact, when they slap you, say, don't slap me.
You're being sarcastic.
I'm not being sarcastic. Everybody has his own or her own. If I come and remove your wig now, you just say, why well done. Thank you very much. Leave me. Don't beat me.
Okay.
You know,
all right.
But if you come and remove my wig,
if I remove my wig, because she will disgrace me.
See your reputation.
Hey, I don't care. I don't care. One way, and you know that I was listening to.
will say thank you.
Really? I mean, I don't even believe she will say thank you.
That's what she
I've
thinks
seen
she
her in
will say.
action. Yes, I don't believe she will say thank you. So the thing for me is, I know that we want to heal the society. We want to heal the society, but let us start from the beginning. And start from the root cause. Let us teach from the beginning that before you say something to somebody, think about it.
Exactly.
If it's going to hurt that person, don't say it. If it's not going to take that person, lift that person high, if it's going to bring that person low, don't say it. Let's start from there. We will solve most of the problems we have. But the thing is, we focus on the reaction and forget the action that caused that.
Hey, that's what Nima said. The build-up. We always forget about the build-up.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will not take it.
I'm so happy you've said that, because I brought it up yesterday. When that poor girl tweeted that she had been shot, the reaction of one idiot was to say, Oni Rose. Can you imagine? Somebody was dying, and that was her reaction. How could she?
Well, if her reaction is, oh, so sorry about it, would have moved past. But it doesn't solve the problem, does it?
It wouldn't have solved the problem, but
it would have given
engineered people. Yes. If this thing is true, engineer people, call Abuja, go there is something happening. You might have saved lives.
So
instead of tweeting negativity.
Why this person died 2 deaths? So she read the comments before she finally gave up and saw the negativity that was coming. She had died first. God. Before the bullets now finally killed her.
Let me go on a break.
Need to be
come back, we'll just take some tweets and phone calls. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. I'm told we have Mr. Ene. Good morning, sir. Are you there?
Oh, we lost that.
Hello, sir. I think I lost that call. So we're still discussing provocation, and this happens in relationships, friends, strangers, family, and you're thinking, how do we do it in a civilized manner? You know, sometimes I put myself in the shoes of, I always use this person, Obi Ezekwesili. I always put myself in the shoes of Barack Obama, and I'm thinking to myself, how would he respond in this? How would Michelle Obama respond in this kind of situation? You know, sometimes we need to know how to resolve issues by talking, by discussing, not by not by responding with violence. Because you coaches tell us, people can send things to you, but your reaction, people can do things, anything to you, but your reaction is what is most important. You control your reaction. So if I was a, what's her name? The lady that walked out, the Mrs. Obiano that walked out. So according to the stories, she provoked. And Bianca just sat still and watched her make a fool of her, saying all those negative things about her, calling her something, and just sit down quietly and just looking at her. Who would look like the fool? She'll walk back to her seat with those her flowing fingers exactly the same way. And she would have looked like the fool. But Bianca, unfortunately, went lower by standing up to slap her back. The same thing. So where do we draw the line? People will provoke you.
Yeah.
But we must choose to respond appropriately at all times. Let me take this call. I'll come back to you. Good morning. Are you there?
Good morning to you.
Good morning, sir. You're live. Go ahead.
There.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please. Can you hear me loud and clear?
Very clearly, sir.
Please, I'm Mr. Ine from Ojobaras in Lagos.
Yes.
It's actually a short form of my name.
Okay.
I'm interested in this topic, please.
Please, go ahead.
And please, about this issue of violence, I want to talk about it from the domestic point of view.
Okay.
You know, a man is actually stronger than a woman in terms of strength, physical strength.
Thank you.
And a man is not supposed to touch his wife, as per in terms of beating. But I want you to understand something. I'm not trying to justify men beating up their wives. But there are some women that take advantage of that.
Yeah.
I don't know whether you understand. I know you understand what I'm saying.
Yes.
Take advantage. Yeah, they take advantage of the fact that this man cannot touch me. And, you know, the men should not touch. But at times, let me give you an instance now. There is an issue of couple who the husband and the wife were treating something, it was an infection. You understand that occurred in a few months ago, and they were treating it. It caused a serious issue in their home. Now, the woman was placed on injection for some time, like that. And then the man, on one of the injection days, the man instructed his wife, pleaded with his wife not to go to work. And he made an arrangement with the doctor that the doctor should give the wife a doctor's report. You understand? So that the wife will not be punished for being absent. So it was just an issue of calling your boss or whatever and explaining things to them. And then the next day you go there with the doctor's report, signed by the doctor and the hospital paper, not the rest. You will not be punished for that.
Mr. Ine? Oh.
We lost that.
Oh, did you get the first part of the story?
Yeah, well, I was talking about domestic violence and how women take advantage of the fact that the man is asked to walk away. And
I know a story, BC, of a woman who used to beat up her husband. Now, this is a man So this woman, she's fairly bigger than the man. She has a bit of body size. The guy is taller than her a bit, but she has a bigger body size. And he's a pastor. So because he's a pastor, he cannot even exert his anger, his control, because this is what he preaches. But this woman is very forceful. She verbally abuses him. She physically abuses him. And that physical abuse, he can't tell anybody. How did I find out about it? The woman bragged about it.
Hey, well.
The man would never tell anybody, but the woman bragged about it, that I'll slap him, because she does. So in that situation, what do you do? So we're saying no matter what kind of provocation. Yeah. And this man, he's holding himself. He's not beating her back. Because, as you said, he's the man, right? He shouldn't beat her. But this is a woman that is beating him.
Yes, but he can take himself out of that situation. He can take him. See, we advise that if a toxic situation comes to you, you have the prerogative to take yourself out of the situation. And I want to tell you something, Maura. I don't vouch for anybody. You've been calling maybe Dora Queen, calling this person, if they you are not in their houses. You don't know how they react in their houses. Some people are very good at, I'm not talking about them personally, but I'm just saying generally, some people are very good at maintaining a certain perception. Yeah.
We never knew Will Smith could talk through a punch, right? He was this nice, cool guy, right?
Maintaining a perception outside till he gets here. You know, they just maintain it and find a way, but when you come to their closet, you see who they are. Yeah. Some of us that are we show everything, we may not even have the liver to respond when that sort of thing happens to us. So do not vouch for anybody. Everybody has their moods. The days they are crazy. But if we can, because there's something Nima said, which was very important, that if you keep energizing the bully, how do they learn that what they are doing is wrong. Somebody needs to stand up to them. When this thing happened, some stories came out that this woman is naturally a bully. She slaps people in the government house. She does this, she does that. Well, no, I
don't know. We can't verify.
Speculations. We heard all sorts of things.
Unconfirmed sources.
Unconfirmed, yes. And almost the whole state was excited that the other person who slapped stood up and defended herself. So if almost the whole state will be excited, that this person they come. So that's what happens when you allow bullies to have their way because, I want to take the higher road. Somebody somewhere who get too hurt needs to help correct that person. Now, before she catwalks to go and slap another person, she will ask herself, what if this person reacts the way the other person reacted? She will
Has anybody even said that Bianca overreact? She could have overreacted. Let me take this call. Come to you, YK. Lola, are you there?
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. You're live.
Yes. Just like Sister Bisi rightly said about provocation being a deliberate action.
Yeah.
I believe that this is also a reminder to us that we are deliberate to make our choices. What we say, what we do, anything we want to do to others, but we cannot control the consequences of those actions. Someone else can react negatively. So I think if we are deliberate about the way we treat others, probably there might be a change in the whole scenario with Bianca, with me. Everyone should consider other people's feelings because you are free to do whatever you like, but you can't control other people's reactions.
Exactly. Thank you very much, Moinolua. Yes,
someone has sent me a text to ask you, Morayo, but before I go there, I want to tell you about my father's house. My father had plenty of wives. Now, inside a house with 27 wives, there must be fights.
Of course.
I can imagine.
So my father devised a plan. First touch. First touch doesn't have to be finger. So the person that does first touch, when the two fight, the person that did the first touch is the guilty party.
For real?
The person who look for the trouble.
No, not the first one.
Not touch.
The first touch. No, if I look for your trouble,
now
you put your hand down, hit me. First touch. That's what she said.
First touch. But that first touch can be, I come and meet you. Sorry, camera. I have to stand. I come and meet you. And I just, that's first touch.
But if all you're doing is just talking and you don't touch him, and this one now wait. No. If you raise, listen, Bianca raised the first touch in this situation.
No. She left her place now.
Yes, now, but she didn't touch Bianca. Bianca did the first touch.
The audio that I listened to in Igbo language said he pushed her head.
Hey, that is not true. Hey, no, that's inaccurate.
That's the video I listened to, the audio I listened to now. Somebody broke it down in Igbo language. Broke it down, pieced it, and I listened to it twice because I explained it in our group.
Okay, no vex.
I translated
so your point, first touch.
That first touch is that person that left her seat and went and then
that's the way we can solve this problem.
Okay, yes. So the word provocation. So should I comport myself?
I'm saying that is the way my father learns to deal
with that.
27 wives issue. Because my 27 wives must have issue.
Of course.
So that's it. Then somebody just asked me to ask you, YK, please ask Mo if she was Bianca and Obiano's wife, and Obiano's wife walked up to her, what will she do?
I will sit down, look pretty. I'll just look at her with disgust.
And she slaps you?
Yes, I'll just look at her with disgust. I'll just keep a straight face.
Wow.
And let her walk away.
Wow.
When she walks away...
I admire you.
Then when she walks away, I'll just sit down. That slap will hurt me to my bone. I could even get teary inside. But I'll sit still.
I pray I don't come with you.
And sit down.
For that
and just sit down. I won't do nothing. Guess what? All
people
eyes will
fight your fight.
Of course, simply let them fight it for me, and I will sit down, still look pretty.
Me, I will fight your fight.
And your wig removes.
My wig will not remove, and if it removes, I'll wear it right back. Okay, I will wear it right back and sit down. I will wear it right back and sit down.
Okay.
There's some things you need to just rise above.
God give me that strength.
Amen. So that's what we're asking, that we must begin to renew ourselves. We must begin to rebirth our thinking.
The only reason I will look pretty and sit down is because if I get up, it will beat me. So I will look pretty and sit down. But, hey, you don't get any meal. Sleep with your eye open.
Let me even give
because
you this,
let
me give you this story. So there's this family member that was always beating his wife every time. We'll come back from school like this, her eye is swollen. What happened to you? She said she stripped, she fell. This one is broken, that one is broken, and all that. So somebody now called her and say, Auntie, how many brothers do you have? He said, I have 7. How tall are they?
I remember this story.
How tall are you? Know the story. How tall are they? He said, they are over 6 feet. He said, go and bring them. Hey, the day they came, they were bending down to enter the house. They now called the man. Yeah. You see us? We want to respect you because you are the one marrying our sister. The next time you touch this girl, we will come here, we tie you up, we finish you. That was the last day he lifted his hand on that. Sometimes some people need to learn a lesson. And that's why when you commit a crime, you are caught, you go to jail because you need to face the consequences of your actions. Not everybody will be like Morayo. We have different personalities. I'm a choleric. We have action in our fingertips. We have action in our blood.
I mean, I would be like Morayo. My own money than me.
I may be on a process of self-awareness, healing, and all that, but I may not have gotten there yet when you come. There's what I would have done in 5 years back. If you do the same thing to me now, I will not respond the same way because I'm constantly evolving. But do not meet me when I'm still learning how to be a better human being. We go finish. You will not.
I don't know which one is even a better human being. Who is the one that wrote it?
No, now everybody has their past.
Apart from the 10 commandments in your Bible.
Interestingly.
About being a better human being.
Love. Now, when you love other people, when you treat them as human beings.
So I have one of my aunties here, Auntie Helen Essien. She said, Mariah, I agree with you. I will sit pretty too, but I will sue her die. That's her senatorial aspiration. Let me not go to them. You know, but that's what she would do.
Yeah.
But you see,
take legal action.
Well, that story you said is actually very similar to all my brothers. My brothers are my brothers. They are like 6 and above. So I have one family member. I won't mention the person because people don't know. She lives in Maryland. They're living in New York, Bronx. When this girl, her husband finished her, my brothers, in fact, like I think there were 5 of them. My mom got 3. Then my cousins, they all live with boys. The house full of boys. 5 boys carried their baseball bats from New York, drove down to Maryland. Oh, Father Lord.
See warning.
They couldn't beat you in America, they will arrest you. But when their presence last song, that man, unfortunately, he was here for this.
He was brief.
What? When they entered the room like this, they knew that yes, this girl she get family. The guy just
need some lessons.
Very, very familiar story. Okay, I think I have a caller. Good morning, are you there? Oh, I'm so sorry, I lost that call. Let's take a few. Okay, let me go to break. When we come back, we'll wrap up on this. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. Somebody says I'm starting a hashtag sitting pretty. All right, so let's take a few comments.
Okay, Ola Didi here says, but to be frank, if you slap someone and the person no reacts, you should be afraid because you never know what that person will do.
That's me.
Yeah.
Then
yeah, there's power. There's power in silence. I mean, I think BC also tells us that there's power in silence.
Yes,
you know,
there is.
People it make them more scared that what in the world is this girl going to do? Yeah.
So, okay, Michael Fabaho says, government endorsed the actions of Bianca and Ebele. They were not fined heavily. The law is the law. Provocation has punishment and slapping has punishment.
So if Mrs. Obiano tomorrow can say, you know, I'm going to press charges because she was slapped, and then she can take this case can actually go to court.
No, she won't win.
How would she?
She left her seat.
Yes.
Yes. She could have gone. She could have left her seat to go and greet. People keep saying, you always assume that she went there to go and fight. There's a possibility she went there to go and greet. I know she has a problem because she's running for office. And she doesn't want people to think.
So are you accusing Bianca of being a mad woman? Somebody comes to greet me and then I slap the person. What are you saying?
Somebody comes to greet me, possibly provoked me.
After
I could have chosen not to stand up and slap her back.
But I did not want to choose that day. You choose the day you
want
to choose.
We are telling people to choose right.
Thank you. You know, on those days we can be crazy.
Okay, we have to wrap up on this. We have another hot topic we need to move on. So,
okay, someone, this is Oti Baba Tokma says, someone harassed my girlfriend in public. I landed him an inspirational resounding slap. No time to sit down and look pretty like Mrs. Morayo. Sometimes people need to be restored to factory settings.
Let me take a look.
I told her, if you provoke me, I will go out to take my beer just to cool my head. If you touch me, I will just go because Yoruba adage will say it is not the same that the little child hurls insults as the Iroko trees that it strikes. We shall now see it at the end.
Okay, let me take this call from Olubumi. Olubumi, are you there?
Morning.
Good morning, Olubumi. Are you there? You're live.
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
Good
morning.
Go ahead.
Sister Mariah, good morning. Thanks so much for thanks so much for this topic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Okay. We can hear you, Olubumi.
All right. You see, this topic is very interesting, and I think I salute your kind of person, your what do you call it now? Your personality. Now, something happened recently to me. That was on Sunday. That was the fact that we went for an outing, a birthday party to be precise. Someone was at the drink serving, you understand? So I've been working since, and then for the celebrant, they were supposed to eat and get a drink. Then the man at the what do you call it?
The server.
The drink now refused to give us just water. You understand? I didn't ask for wine. I didn't ask for Baileys and all that.
Right.
So it just started. Okay, something even happened before then. When I was coming, I saw him. He was looking very gloomy. So I tried to cheer him up. You understand? I brought my two bosses with him. So I tried to cheer him up, like, this man must be tired doing this work. So when coming back with the food with my colleague, and I said, we need water. The man just said, what do you want to? So we took one. The second one I wanted to take for myself. The man just started talking and all that, and for water. That's why I changed it for Amo. I'm serious. I changed it for the man. As in, I took him to the gutters, cleaned him up, took him to the gutters again, to the mud, everything.
What?
As big as the man was, I told him, I said, sir, if I come towards you, the way where you take dinner, the way where you will take come down. So the man now sat down. For 2 hours that I was there, the man did not get up.
Hey.
He did not get up. He could not. Security at my back. Police escort, all of them, they were looking at him. They were telling me, give it to him, give it to him, give it to him, because they were afraid of him. I'm like, what kind of thing is this? You are here to serve us, not to. And that's the issue we have. You are here to serve us.
Sorry, I'm not very. Did you hit him? Was there violence?
The man sat down. He could not do anything. He just sat down there.
When you say you change for what does that mean?
Are the ones with the real issues, not the people who react. I'm telling you.
Sorry, I need to understand. Did you hit him? Did you hit him?
No, I didn't hit him. No, I didn't hit him.
Okay. You say change. What does that mean?
Use your words. And you finished him.
You reset his thinking.
No, as in I spoke to him as verbally.
Okay, got you. I wanted to be sure. All right, thank you. So, listen,
I wouldn't.
In what we're trying to say, I think...
If you had continued to allow... The man would have chanced him. He wouldn't give him common water that they invited him to the wedding.
Yes. So we can do... So the point is that we can do things verbally. You don't have to always... resolve to violence.
No, but you will not do it verbally. You will collect all the insults, the slap, the insults, and you'll be saying thank you.
No, I wouldn't say thank you. See, one thing about me, when I get angry, I stutter. You won't hear what I'm saying again. I get angry, I get really excited. You won't hear me word. So there's no point saying anything because you won't hear me. I'm angry, I will just say to myself, and I know that the universe would fight for me in this, and I'll also find a way. I'll go back and rethink, what can I do? And usually, personally, I will just let God fight it. But like God always, and when you let God fight these things, it is sweeter because the kind of disgrace the person who slapped me will get, it will be so global and publicly done that they will now realize that why they even going to touch that girl in the first place. So being quiet and let God fight the battle, while it has worked for me so many times.
Sometimes
I've told you, the only reason I will not stand up is because I don't get power. Finished. So I will be like you, I will sit pretty, but hey,
so
that but get weight.
So I like the fact that we're winding down to communication. Yes, it's very important. Exactly. That's why raising our children, we keep telling them, you must learn to use your words to express anger, express any form of emotion, communicate. Right. But if you're in a position where somebody keeps bullying you, you've communicated, you've tried to tell this person, you've tried to take yourself, sometimes you take yourself out of that toxic environment. The person will come and meet you where you are. You can stand up for yourself and make a statement so that when they see you next time, they will avoid you. This person is not bullyable. We should still have room for that. Yeah. And when we are going to the court of law and everything, provocation should be first the first issue that we should start handling so that people learn not to provoke other people.
Like this guy that's changed him.
Yes, he changed him.
He changed him because they provoke him.
What does change him mean? Let me take this call from Hassan. Hassan, are you there? Change him.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Go ahead. You're live. Yes, go ahead.
Good morning.
YK, I'm 100% with you.
Thank you.
Obiajulu, you said something which I found very, very interesting today. That those big women, the Zekwesili, the Michelle Obama, people don't know their reaction behind the cloud.
Yeah, true.
They can even react worse than Bianca.
Yeah.
You see, it takes two to tango. Before you provoke somebody, first of all, say it to yourself. Please, can I take this? If somebody say this to me, that's one thing we should bear at the back of our mind. And we have different ways of ventilating our anger. Those ones that kept quiet and maintain a straight face, you don't, their own can even be worse than the one that slapped back.
Yeah.
Because Bianca that slapped back ends there. Only God knows the monumental violence that will follow that silence somebody is maintaining in the name of maturity. So leave that issue. Somebody, look, it is even a disgrace, it's a disrespect to our husband. You cannot be my wife and stand up beside me to go and insult somebody. It's a slap on my own personality as your husband.
True.
You are putting my headship over you to question. Please, this thing goes beyond all this time to be murdered. We knew how Michelle Obama responded when one of her children went to a party in another country. You understand? I saw the audio, I saw the video. So living modernity as of it, we react differently. Allow that person to react the way people are. Good morning, everybody.
Hassan, 1 second. So in that reaction, you see, and I think somebody mentioned it yesterday, if I allow everybody to react as it comes to mind, people might die. Because somebody you raise, you don't know what the medical condition somebody is going through. You hit somebody else, and then we're talking about hospital. We're talking about somebody collapsed and passed on. It now goes to graver issues. The point is, there are always ways to choose. There are always options to choose in any situation or in any kind of provocation. You can choose the side of peace. You can choose the side of violence. But when you choose that violence, know that be ready for the repercussions, because there could be repercussions. Thank God Mrs. Obiano did not faint and go to the hospital. Thank God she did not die. Thank God, because if she did, we'll not be discussing it. Or Bianca will be in jail, will be behind bars right now. So we should be careful in the actions.
That I found profound. He says, if the person that gets up reacts and you sort out the matter there and then, peace will reign. It's the one that keeps quiet. Is the real danger, because you do not know what is in that person's mind.
Absolutely.
I'm one of those people.
You brought this back to yourself.
Yeah, because I cannot fight. So you slap me, you don't pass me. But
the things you will do
can be 10-story house. That box.
Okay, but let's go back to this issue of build-up. Yes, go ahead.
Another thing is, person where they fight, go tie and wrapper well. You know, in the villages, before you go and fight somebody, there's that wrapper that they used to tie. You won't tie it like this. You now tie it schedule like this.
Why?
Because anything can happen. The person you're going to fight back can die. And you tie that up and go to jail. So, see, every action has a reaction. We must be ready for the reaction. So, if you're going to come to slap me and I tell myself, if this person hits me, I'll hit the person back, I'm ready for anything. I'm not going to run away from the consequences. Now you find me. Now you die. Anyhow, we will survive. Life will go on. But next time, if you survive, know not to come and look for somebody's trouble.
Okay, Peter from Jalingo, you're live. Go ahead, please.
I have tweets.
Good morning.
Good morning, you're live. Yes.
Okay, so...
Oh, my Lord. Please, could you call him back?
We lost it.
I'm
sure Peter was on your side. That's why he called.
Okay, any more comments from us? We have to wrap up soon.
Habib A says, first touch is equal to first point of provocation, not necessarily physical touch.
Yeah.
Simon Rose says, Adequate says, that is self-defense because he physically assaulted her. And then...
Mikey, let's talk about children for a moment.
Yeah.
Our children get provoked all the time, bullies. Now, teachers will say, when you're bullied, come and report. Yeah. They don't ask the children to beat right back. So going back to how do our actions affect the children or the youngsters behind us? Because we can laugh about this, but don't forget we are role models to lots of people. Yeah. There are young girls watching and thinking, do I slap back? It's not all the time you have to slap back. So when a child is bullied, you tell the child, report. So when they slap you, why can't you go and report to the police for assault? Must you slap yourself? Which of the police? Which police? Nigerian police.
In America, yeah.
No, don't say that. The Nigerian
police. They will take action. You will go and report case. If you will come and become the victim. You will become the accused. Let me make
we are trying to change the Nigerian police.
We never change yet, so wait.
When
Let me try and make.
I told you about that one. I went to go and report that they are taking people to Libya. What happened? They spend money.
Yes, now. You will spend money now. But let's leave that one, YK. In an attempt to respond to you. So I realized that in my house, everybody was very fast to use words. So one particular day I was meditating and I said, God, I don't want my children to be raised like this. I'm trying as much as possible to be a loving mother. My husband is a loving. He has never hit me. He has never insulted me. We try. But I don't know where these children are picking up that you talk to me, I talk to you back and everything. So something just dropped in my spirit that I should get them to pay. So my kids know how to earn money. They massage me, they earn money. They do chores, they earn money. Something else said, let them pay for every bad word they use. My children are owing me, and I deduct it from their feeding allowance every day. Their father did not believe it. My house has been so peaceful. If you use any bad word, you call somebody stupid, you call somebody whatever name you call that person, I collect 200 naira from your feeding allowance. You have just small money to buy.
They're watching themselves now.
Everybody is careful now. So I think we need to just find ways. And I try, me too, adults are paying. So because I realize that sometimes I get very upset with my son and I'm like, I would have realized it. And I said, God, everybody will pay. I pay 500 naira, Oga will pay 1,000. These kids are so conscious, they don't want to spend money, that my house is peaceful. Nobody is using bad words on each other. So we need to, as we are learning to become better human beings, we need to still help them to understand that there are consequences for every action. Now, when it comes to somebody, because there was a time my son will report to me that somebody constantly hits him. Because I told him, don't respond back. He will come back. I said, have you reported to teacher? He said, I reported to teacher. The teacher did not do anything. I reported to the teacher. Teacher did not do it. I said, next time, carry the person. If the person hits you, carry the person in front of the teacher. Tell the teacher, reported to you, you have not answered me. I'm hitting my own back now. Hit the person back in front of that teacher. So that we will come and have a meeting. They have reported to you several times. You did not do anything.
No,
but when they report to a teacher and the teacher does not act, the child feels disadvantaged.
No. Let's be fair. Waike, let's be fair. There are many times the kids, your house, they come to you and say, Waike, this person slapped me. And that moment, you don't even have that time. Leave me alone. It's normal for teachers sometimes. Sometimes, yes, they address it. And other times, they can't because they're overwhelmed with so many children. So your parents cannot always be upset that the child not address an issue. There'll be times. Sometimes.
In my brother's children's school.
Waike, go ahead.
In my brother's children's school, when they bully his children, he goes there immediately. If the teacher doesn't deal with it, he goes there immediately. Come, they hit my son.
Yeah.
So, take action.
Immediately.
Immediately. You must change it for the teacher.
Yes, or else
because
they'll just...
Is it that you want to carry your child's dead body that you want to...
No. Okay, we'll come back to that. Let me take Olabutubos and then we'll come back to that. Good morning, Olabutubos. Are you there? Oh, I'm so sorry for keeping
teacher must have time.
Yes, that's what
teacher must have time.
Okay, let me rephrase. Teacher must have time. But I'm saying that there are times where the kids always somewhat resolve their issues. When it's a serious bully case, definitely teacher must take action. But there's some where kids just play to each other. They're kids.
No, that's what we're learning. That's what we're teaching the teachers to pay attention. So that thing you feel is a little touch, is a little slap, can lead to something greater. So you nip it. Immediately, once a child comes to say, this person hits me, bring two of them out. Let them explain what happened and get eyewitnesses and punish whoever deserves to be punished. You don't allow teachers start feeling like, my teacher doesn't care. So let me do my own. And that's when the bullying starts.
But don't parents...
See, I'm still short. So you can imagine how tiny I was when I was growing up. I used to be bullied. Seriously, when my father was in America, with mouth, they would say your father is in jail. I used to be bullied. And it was terrible. It was traumatic for me.
Wow.
So I will never accept my child
to be bullied.
And teacher, it's either I will remove you from the school.
Okay, did you ever fight back when you were bullied? When they used to insult you about Fela, and, you know, he's dead.
They beat me.
Who beat you?
The people that were bullying me. If I try to
because you're
fight,
Fela's daughter. Because you're Fela's daughter.
Eh?
Because you're Fela's
Because
daughter.
she does not have power now to fight back. That's why she collects the beating at the time.
They would abuse me because I was Fela's daughter. And then if I try to fight back, because not even would they just abuse me, they would hit me. And on a couple of occasions, I tried to fight back, and the girl was huge like this. She gave me the serious beating of my life.
Jesus Christ. And you could not pinch her.
I didn't know how to fight now.
Oh, God.
You know, you're like
you could not do anything.
Now, a white kid now, she's like a white child, you know, she's not a foreigner. You look like half caste. It's true now. No, see, her mother is white now, so you do.
White.
All of it, Mikey, your mother is white.
My mother was not white.
Oh,
my mother's father was Nigerian.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Where's your mother?
My mother's name was Remy.
But your mother's mother is white.
No, wait.
Your mother was half
There's a
caste.
white line in it.
Why, okay, listen, you don't look like us. You're very fair-skinned, and your hair is very different. So you're all the same. We are all the birds of the feather.
I don't know what I say. I'm explaining. I cannot forget.
Anyway,
Seriously,
we need to wrap up. I think the reason why we discuss this issue of provocation is because, yes, the points have been raised. You don't know what somebody's going through.
Yeah.
So if you go there, you might be good. If you go there to provoke, there might be a retaliation that you don't expect, that you might not like. But there's another argument that no matter how much you're provoked, you have a choice to be quiet or to react with violence. So you choose. But I would say,
whatever you choose, be ready for the consequences.
whatever you choose, be ready for the consequences. But I would always advocate
Please collect the slap.
Choose.
It's
not about collecting.
I will collect.
It's not about collecting.
Slap.
Always choose peace and civility is the way to go.
That's the word.
Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.